everyone, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a super fun reading vlog that I have been planning for a little while, and I'm very excited to get to it. So this whole idea kind of stemmed from the fact that I have been wanting to branch out in my reading genres, and I've always said that I've wanted to get into sci-fi more, but I'm terrified to do so. So I was like, what could I do to get myself more versed in this genre? Just read a whole bunch of stuff and just fall in love with the genre, hopefully. So that's what this is. This is kind of starting maybe a series on my channel where I read for like a week or 2 weeks at a time of just one genre that I am not very comfortable with. So we're starting with sci-fi, and I'm very excited about it. So I have a ton of books around me. I went and I scoured my own shelves. I borrowed 2 books from one of my friends who loves sci-fi, and I went on Libby and just took so many books on borrow. So I have way too many books to read for 2 weeks, but I have lots of options. We're just gonna go through them. I don't know which ones I'm gonna end up reading in this video, but I have a lot of options and I might as well share them. So I have 3 YA sci-fi to pick from. I have Illuminae by J. Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. I have Bonds of Brass, which is from my friend, by Emily Skrutsky. And I have the sequel to Skyward, Starsight by Brandon Sanderson. So I have those 3. Then I have one middle grade. I have Dragon Pearl by Yoon-Ha Lee. And then I have 4 kind of adult sci-fis and a variety of different subgenres. So we have Red Rising and the Collapsing Empire. So Red Rising is by Pierce Brown. I actually thought this was fantasy for the longest time. That's why I actually own it, but it's not. It's sci-fi. And then I have Collapsing Empire by John Scalzi, which is also a space epic. So these are more like expansive epic sci-fi, I do believe. And then we have Sleeping Giants, which is by Sylvain Nouvelle, and this is a like closer to home sci-fi, also told in an interview format, which is really cool. And then I have The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers, which is also borrowed from my friend. And this one is more of a character study on sci-fi. I have How Long Till Black Future Month by N.K. Jemisin, because we know N.K. Jemisin is amazing and we love her on this channel. I need to read more of her work. I absolutely loved The City We Became, which is also sci-fi, and I read that last month. Then I also have Binti by Nnedi Okorafor. I've read Nnedi Okorafor before, for lots of 4s in that sentence. For university, one of my first year university classes, I have her book Lagoon on that shelf over there. I have the audiobook for that one. I also have the audiobook for the N.K. Jemisin one. Then as ebooks, I have Trail of Lightning by Rebecca Roanhorse, which apparently is sci-fi. It came up on the sci-fi list, so who knows. And then I have also The Deep by River Solomon, which is, I believe, that like mermaidy book. But I have those on my Libby thing, and I also have access to Scribd as well if I need to. I'm excited to read as much as I can. I hope you guys stay with me on this little reading vlog journey, and we shall see what I feel about sci-fi by the end of this. Hello, my lovely friends. Happy Thursday. I am here, awake, sitting in my office, and I wanted to kind of give you guys an update. I don't really have that much to update you guys on, but might as well talk to you anyways. So, I started with Bonds of Brass. I am currently 90 pages in, so just a little ways in. I didn't end up reading anything last night, but I did read before, and I was loving it. It is, so far, very good, very entertaining. The romance in here, I'm so happy about it. Because if it's gonna be like an actual, like if you're gonna get the promise it's giving you, which you should, otherwise that'll be like a huge betrayal on the author's part. It's promising you some real good tension and slow build and moments when you're like, are they gonna kiss? And then they don't, and then you're like, ah! So it's good. It's pretty good. So far, this is about 2 young pilots. We have Etienne, our main character. So Etienne's life was shattered when the merciless Umber Empire invaded his world. 7 years later, he's spent all these 7 years putting his life back together, becoming a military academy student, and he's the best pilot in his class. And his best friend, Gal, something, G-A-L, don't know how to pronounce it, is, you know, his best friend, and he has like a life here. But then one day during one of these training exercises, which is right at the beginning of the book, Gal gets basically targeted by 20 members of their classmates, like to kill him. And it comes out that Gal is actually the heir to the Umber Empire. And it sets off this whole thing, this whole secret thing. They have to like escape the planet because there are people who want Gal and they don't know what they want him for. And it's yeah, they have to escape the planet. I am liking this a lot. I can already tell though that I miss the magical aspect of fantasy. I think that's what I love most about fantasy is the magic that's attached to it. These are just like normal people, but in a really high technology world. Thought I'd update you, and I'm gonna continue with this tonight once my workday is done, and then I will catch up with you probably when I'm done it. Hey friends. It is now a little bit later and I'm coming into my office for a chat because I just finished listening to the audiobook of Binti, which is by Nnedi Okorafor. I think it was a novella because it was only 2.5 hours long. And I don't know how to feel about it. I was entertained and it was really well written up until about the 50% mark, or really up until like the 75% mark, but then it wrapped up in a really weird way and a really fast way. So if you don't want any spoilers, I will put spoilers on the screen so that you can jump over this and not hear how it ends. But so this one ends basically, so what happens is Binti goes on this ship to go to a different planet to be part of the university there and study. And when she's on this ship, she is the only one of her kind. People are all around her and they're all university students. One day they're sitting in the cafeteria and all of a sudden everybody gets murdered. Literally everybody gets murdered by these creatures that just enter onto their plane. And Binti is the only one who gets away because of a piece of technology she has. And then she's basically kept captive in her room for a long time by these beings, and somehow she ends up negotiating that she's going to be the one to like be their conversationist, like the negotiator for them when they reach the university grounds, because they want to be on the university grounds to get back a piece of somebody's body that was stolen for knowledge. The people at this university are like, cool, whatever, we'll give this back to you guys. And hey, you mass murderers who murdered an entire ship full of university students coming to this university to study, and professors and the staff, why don't you come and study at our university here? And then Binti becomes friends with the one that like was the angriest and the one who wanted to kill her the most and the one who killed one of her friends on the ship. I don't know why. So the ending really screwed it up for me. Besides that, I guess it was okay. I'm like, I keep thinking about it. I'm like, it feels like nothing happened in this 2.5 hours, but it feels like a lot happened because Binti didn't really learn anything. And now she's just at this university. I don't know how to feel about it. So I'm going to leave it be. Like, Nnedi Okorafor's writing is quite lovely. Like, the way that the story was told was really well done. The writing is really great, but I have to think about everything else, and I'll have to put it through my compile system. As for now, I'm going to go grab Bonds of Brass. Keep ready that. Hopefully I can finish that one tonight because I am over halfway through that one. So I'm going to finish that one, let you guys know how I feel about it, and we'll see what I end up picking up next. I finished it. Oh my god, I finished it. You guys, this was great, and I'm low-key mad that I'm so attached to this now, yet I'm still like, there's okay, so I'm gonna try to keep this as spoiler free as possible, but okay, this is so weird, but there's pieces of this that I think could have been done better. Like, the beginning was way too fast for me, even though that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to jump right into the action, but there wasn't enough time to really lay out Gal and Etienne's relationship before everything kind of happened. And it was really fast, but also really info dumpy right at the beginning. So I think it could have benefited from like one extra scene just to kind of lay the map a little bit better. Because right when we jump in, you get Gal in danger and you get Etienne saving his life. And then you get all the aftermath from that. And then they're off the planet fleeing. You don't get enough of them alone in the academy setting, and then something happens at the end, like a big reveal, and I like totally guessed it from the beginning, which I don't mind doing, and it was really well done the way it was laid out, but I'm low-key mad about it because it does something to the relationship, and I'm just mad about it. I'm just mad. I'm mad, and now I need to read the second book when it comes out because otherwise I won't know what happens to them. But the biggest thing that really kind of bothers me, but also makes me realize that this is a brilliant book as well, is that there's no good guy in this. It's two sides of a war with people on both sides that we get to see, and both sides are right. Both sides are just trying to survive. And I think that's the biggest thing, is that there is no good choice in this. And Etienne's like wishy-washiness and the fact that he's so loyal to Gal, but also he lost his empire. He lost his home in the day that Gal's family just destroyed it in war. And like, he's been pulled two ways, and it's just, I wish that this had gone so many different ways, because then I wouldn't be so sad and so angry and so attached, because now I can feel it. I can feel it right in here. And I only get this every once in a while when I'm really attached to characters and really attached to a story. Like I got it when I read Legendport. That was the last time that I got that feeling, and now I'm mad. Why? Because like there are so many things about this book that I didn't like, and I didn't like the choices done, but it was also really friggin' good. Second book down for this long readathon, and now I need to go and pre-order the second book in this series because I need it. I loved Gal and Etienne's relationship, and just thinking about their relationship makes me do this and tear up. Like, what's gonna happen? Oh no. Oh, this hasn't happened in a long time, where I get so attached to a character and their relationship with each other. Anyways, that was great. A great way to start off this readathon. I think next, either Red Rising or The Collapsing Empire. Either one of those two, because I have the hankering for something a little bit more epic. It is currently 10:37, so actually, I might start reading one of them. I will let you know tomorrow which one I choose, but I'll see you then. Hello friends, happy Saturday. I am here just about to set up for a live stream that I have, but I wanted to come in and let you know I started Red Rising yesterday, and I am now 71 pages in, which is very exciting. I am intrigued by it for sure. So far, it's going pretty okay. So that's awesome. I'm gonna throw Bonds of Brass and Vinti into Compile and see how much I rate each of them, how they end up going. And I need to throw them both into my bullet journal because I haven't done that yet. First few books read of February. Feel pretty good about it. Let's do that. So I ended up throwing both those books through Compile, and my results are Binti got 3 stars and Bonds of Brass got 4. So that's pretty awesome. Binti, yeah, I just have issues with the way it ended. Very, very weird and really fast, not great ending at all. It had so much promise. I also just, when I was typing it in to Compile, I ended up looking up Emily Skrutsky because in the Compile sheet, there's like a where are they from thing, and I couldn't remember if she was American or British. When I did that, it came up with Emily Skrutsky apology, and I was like, what is happening? So I am now aware that she apologized for having a POC main character, which she is not. She's very white. I didn't even notice that Etienne was supposed to be POC because once he describes his skin as darker than Gal's. I didn't even notice. So now I'm aware, and now you're aware that Emily Skrutsky wrote a POC main character when she's not POC, which is a big issue in the writing and book department, because we don't want to take away the voices of people who are POC and write their own stories describing their lives as POC. We don't want to take that away as white people, as myself. I am a very white person, as you can tell. So there is that, which is kind of sad that she did that and that I didn't even notice. Now I'm aware. Now you're aware. everybody's aware. So next up is Red Rising. This one I've heard that people kind of have issues with the way he writes women. Maybe, perhaps. So as of yet, I have yet to see. Our main character has been idolizing his wife, so loves her so much. So I'm reading Red Rising. Red Rising is about Darrow. If you don't know, Darrow loses his wife right at the beginning of this, and he has been basically enslaved on the planet Mars, and he doesn't really even know it. He's like, whatever, this is just our life. And one day he gets the wool pulled off of his eyes, and he gets shown that really, Earth isn't like crumbling. They are building a complete, like, beautiful, immaculate city for silvers and golds, because this book has like caste system, like gold, silver, gray, red. I believe those are the four. Not entirely sure. The back just says his wife taken, his people enslaved, driven by a longing for justice and the memory of lost love. Darryl will stop at nothing to bring down his enemies, even if he must become one of them to do so. I'm intrigued by it, really. And one of the comparisons on the back is Hunger Games and Game of Thrones, and I already get the Hunger Games vibe very, very strongly, because these poor Reds are living in just absolutely terrible conditions. I'm excited to keep going, so right now, I'm gonna get coffee and see where my day takes me. I'm coming in with a late night update, as I am apt to do with Red Rising. I'm currently 282 pages in. I have this much left to go, which I will be finishing tomorrow. And I don't know how to feel about this one. It started off so good and so intriguing, but now that we're like in the thick of it, like Darrow's been made into a gold. He's infiltrated their like academy thing. I still don't get the point of why. We don't know his mission. We're never told why he's doing this. They just have put him in there. Like, he's told what he needs to do, but like we're never told the mission. So he's just now in the middle of playing war with a bunch of golds, and I don't understand why. I don't understand why, but it's basically like the Hunger Games, because at this point, if you don't want any spoilers, I'll put it on the screen. At this point, he's basically in a cave with this girl who's very sick. All around him, like, people are hunting each other down. And it's not individual like the Hunger Games is, but it's like, I don't know why. I also don't understand why people like Darrow so much. He's not great. He's kind of awful. Like, I didn't mind him at the beginning, but he was kind of like a whiny 16-year-old, which he is 16. He is so much more, like, older. He acts so much older than he is. I don't understand why this author chose the age of 16 to make his character, because he has him married at the beginning to this girl, and I get that's like their culture or whatever, but like the amount of passion and love this man feels for his wife, and he's like, my wife, and da-da-da. He's 16. He can't have been married for that long. God. So I don't understand why people like Darrow so much. I don't get it. So if you guys have read this and you like Darrow, let me know why you like him so much. Because I don't. I think he's kind of the worst. I have about 100 pages left. So I will let you know tomorrow how I feel about this last 100 pages. Is the best angle. I'll let you know tomorrow how I feel about these last 100 pages. And how I feel about the book as a whole. But yeah, the start was so good. And then as soon as we got past Darrow becoming a gold, it just started going downhill, and I was like, I'm sitting here like scrolling through Instagram as I'm listening to the audiobook with the book open on my lap, going like, I'm bored. There's no sci-fi. This could be set literally on our planet. The only sci-fi aspect is that it's set on Mars. I thought this was gonna be high sci-fi, and here I am. It's like a slightly more adult Hunger Games, and I'm not enjoying myself, which is so weird because I love the Hunger Games. It's fine. I'll let you guys know how I feel about it tomorrow. Okay, don't mind me squinting at you without my glasses on, but I've been laying here in bed. I literally had to go turn my lamp on so I could speak to you one more time about Darrow. I figured out what bothers me so much about this book is that we don't really even know why he's on this quest, as I said. We don't know why he's been sent into the golds, because it is impossible for one man to take down an entire country on his own. It is impossible. Yeah, we know this. Even they said it. One person can't start a rebellion. And right now, even at the beginning of this book, one of the people says, if we started a rebellion right now, they would all die. So great. Why is he being sent into the city? But also, the one thing that really bothers me about Darrow, he has no goal. He has motivation, sort of. Not even really, because all he is living for is dead. He lost his wife, and he's not living for anything. He has no goal in this. He doesn't even have an end game. He doesn't ask, like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to work for? And it's not even like the vague answer of like assimilating yourself into the golds to learn something about them. He doesn't have any goal. And I'm so mad about it, because why is he there? He has no reason to be. He's just there. I'm losing my mind over this, because that is such a big flaw in this book. Because characters need to have a reason they do stuff. He doesn't have, yeah, he's got a little bit of a motivation because people keep telling him like, oh, Darrow, like, or before he left the resistance, he's like, oh, Darrow, you're the carrier of your wife's dream. Great. Give him an end goal. Give him something to work towards. Because right now he's just meandering. He doesn't have a goal. Oh my god. That's what bothers me so much about this book. I have decoded it, and I needed to tell you. Why am I so mad about this book? I think it's because so many people absolutely love this series, and I'm so irritated and bored by it right now that I can't see why. I can see why. It's pretty fun. The world building is great, and like, it feels like the Hunger Games, so I can see why a lot of people like it, but I can't get over the fact that he has no goal. Why is he on this mission? What is he supposed to do on this mission? We're never given that information. Oh my god. That is my now like 1:30 a.m. interjection of why this book is bothering me. Hey friends, I am here in the car, so I apologize if you can hear a radio or the heat blasting at full, because it is really friggin' cold outside today. But I'm here with the baby. We are out just for funsies. I didn't bring a mask or my wallet, so I can't go in anywhere because I didn't bring my wallet specifically because I knew that if I was in the car with my wallet, I would want to go into Indigo, because I haven't been in a bookstore since October and I miss it so much. But I know if I go in there, I'm gonna buy a book. Like, it's in my body that I want to buy a book, so I didn't bring my wallet, so I wouldn't go in anywhere. And then I didn't bring a mask because I didn't want to actually go into any stores at all. So I'm in the car, and we decided to bring Bella so that I'm the person to stay in the car with her, keep it going. So that's fun. Sorry, it was cut off earlier. But yeah, we're out in the car, and I'm really sorry about the radio. I'm way too far to turn it off, but yes, I'm here with a very squirmy dog. Okay, fine, go if you want to. Thank you. Be careful. But yeah, I'm here, and I just want to let you guys know that I started listening to How Long Till Black Future Month, which is super fun. It's a short story collection, which I didn't realize. So that's gonna be really fun to listen to, I think. I've never really gotten into a short story collection before, so we shall see. I'm currently, I think, almost done the first story, and I don't really know what's going on. So that's okay. But I hear also that there's a story in this short collection that was the story that N.K. Jemisin like pulled the city we became from and like made the city we became. Like, this story was like the origin of it, which I'm very excited to hear. So I think it's the next one, The City Born Great. It might be that one. I looked at all the titles. But that's what I'm doing. So I will probably catch up with you guys a little bit later. I haven't read any more of Red Rising today yet. I did have a Skype with my friends this morning, so that's why. But today I plan on finishing that when I get back. So anyways, I apologize for the radio again. I will catch up with you guys later. Hello friends. It is now a little bit later, and I've officially finished Red Rising. I am now here in my library, as you can tell, because I wanted to do just like a real quick wrap up, I guess, of my thoughts, feelings. I have not yet run it through Compile. I have not yet let it sit, because I literally finished it like 10 minutes ago. And I will say, was enjoyable in the end. I do have many issues with it. All I said before still withstands. I don't know if I explained it well enough at 1 in the morning, but I have issue with the fact that, yes, Darrow has motivation. His motivation is the fact that his wife is dead, and there's this whole rebellious force underneath Mars or whatever that wants to take down the Golds. And he's their like next attempt, I guess, because people have tried to do it before. And that's like his motivation, is the fact that he's holding his wife's dream or whatever. But I take issue with the fact that he is never once, like, or we at least are never once given, like, this is why you are going into this specifically. There's no explanation as to why he becomes a gold, why he doesn't like work his way up in other ranks, why he's not given any specific instruction to get information. Like, I don't know why he's in it, because as I said last night, one person cannot take down the universe. So there is that. In comparison to the Hunger Games, definitely withstands. That was intense, and it was all basically a game for these high proctor people that they're basically playing war and kids died because of it, which also was kind of enjoyable. But I will say in the middle there, for a lot of that war stuff, it didn't need to be that long, and I was bored. I was bored for most of it in the middle, and I wanted it to be done. But the ending did get more interesting, as endings are wont to do. It's just the act 2 of the story that really got bogged down, and I didn't enjoy that as much. So there's that. And I remember I actually went on to Goodreads to like see other people's opinions, and a lot of people really love it, which is not a surprise because this is beloved across the internet. But there was a few people who were like, I don't understand why I'm supposed to care. And I'm like, that's it. I don't understand why I'm supposed to care. I get why I'm supposed to care, but like, I also don't care a whole lot. Pierce Brown at the beginning did lay out really well the whole community of reds, low reds especially, and he did really pull on that emotional factor when we got to know EO enough before it like ripped her from Darrow and from us. But what we didn't get to know enough about is the rebellion. We didn't get to know enough about Dancer and Harmony and all of them. I feel like we just were completely detached from that narrative and then dropped in a Hunger Games-esque narrative where Darrow started to only care about this gold game he was a part of. He didn't even really care about the resistance anymore, and I think that's what really bothers me. This also wasn't very sci-fi. The only fact that it was sci-fi was the fact that it was set on Mars. Anyways, this is done. I will let you know what I end up rating it when I throw it through Copile probably tomorrow. But as of now, I put up a poll on Instagram because I don't know what to pick next. So I put those 3 up, so we will see what people decide. But as of right now, I'm gonna go do something else. So I will update you probably either later tonight or tomorrow what I end up picking or what Instagram ends up picking for me to read next. And we will continue on this journey. Hello my friends! I am popping in to let you know that this is the end of part 1 of this video. Stay tuned because part 2 is going to be coming very, very soon for you guys, where I continue on my journey of reading sci-fi for 2 weeks. I totally did not realize how long this vlog was going to be, so I decided to split it into 2 pieces for you to enjoy. So definitely check out part 2, which is coming very, very soon. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and make sure to like this video. And let me know down below if you've read any of these sci-fi books, or if you have any other recommendations for me based on what you've seen in this video so far. I will catch you in another video soon. Stay kind and keep on reading.